you're new to my channel, my name is Edie Ray, and if you are returning, welcome back. So today's video, I wanted to be quick and simple, so we're just going to get on into it. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to put and share this video. So today's video is a sophomore advice video, and I have written down a couple tips and pieces of advice for you guys. Some of these things I have had experience with, and others I just have gotten from watching other YouTube videos. If you have not already, go check out my freshman advice video from last year. I know school has already started, so yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so number one would be to build up your GPA. So if you do not know, GPA is your grade point average. So your grade point average is just like your overall grade. In order to get a high GPA, you want to focus on your work and pay attention. So that means no slacking off, for real, no slacking off. Your sophomore year, well, all your high school years are very important, but I feel like your sophomore year, is important because it is like that halfway mark, basically. Because you have freshman year, sophomore year, and then junior year, senior year. So I feel like it's like more of that that halfway mark. So you definitely want to try to build up your GPA. You're never too young to build up your GPA. So don't think, oh, well, I'm only a sophomore, so my GPA does not count. Your GPA does count because it's your grades from 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year. So yeah, just try to build those up. Next thing, don't focus too much on relationships. Just because you are going into high school doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship. A lot of people think, I'm going to high school, I need to have a boyfriend, I need to have a girlfriend. But in reality, you really don't. My sophomore and freshman year, I was not in a relationship. It's not really important to me to be in a relationship. I've always been that type of person where my grades have always been more important to me than any boy. So don't try to rush yourself to be in a relationship. If you are in a relationship, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't let that your relationship come before your grades. Next thing is try to stay out of drama. Drama is something that stays in high schools. So just try to keep to yourself. Don't try to start any drama with anybody. Try not to put yourself in any drama. So if you have two friends that are going through some drama, don't put yourself in the middle of it, because in the end, you're only gonna look like that person that's always in drama. So drama is just not worth it. Next, challenge yourself. When I say challenge yourself, I mean try to take classes that are on your level. So if you are in a if in your sophomore year they put you in a basic math class, and you know that you are past basic math, and you know that by you being in basic math you're not learning anything, try to talk to a counselor or a teacher or somebody and try to see if they can put you in like more of an advanced math class, because you're not learning anything in basic math class. So by the end of the year, what have you really learned from your math class? So the next thing is study. Studying is very important, especially in high school, because you have a lot of tests. Tests are a lot of your grades. Like most of your grade is tests. Like 50% of your grades for my school is tests. So definitely study, because you don't want to not study and then end up getting a bad grade and then your grade go all the way down. Personally, sophomore year and freshman year, I was not a person that studied, but definitely I seen how it kind of affected me. So yeah, my grades weren't bad, but they were not like on tests, but they were not where I wanted them to be, and maybe they could have got there if I would have studied. So definitely my junior and my senior year, I will definitely be studying, because studying is a very important part of school. Next thing is communication is key, not only with teachers but other students. Communicating with your teachers, telling them you need help, and telling them, asking questions and things. that's a way you can communicate with your teacher, because once it comes time for you to start getting recommendation letters for colleges, if you have communicated with these teachers, built a bond with them, then they are most likely going to be able to write you this recommendation letter for the colleges. You want to communicate with other students, because a lot of classes you have to do partner work and group work, and you want to at least communicate with 1 to 2 people in your class. You don't have to communicate with the whole class, but at least 1 to 2 people in your class, so that you always have people that when it comes times for a group, you know who they are and you're willing to work with them. Because you don't want to be that person that you have to work with a random stranger in your class, but everybody else is able to work with, somebody that they are more familiar with, because you decided not to communicate. The next thing is try to be a part of school activities. School activities meaning sports and clubs and committees. So personally, I was not part of any clubs and committees. I do want to maybe try to join if I have enough time. I have been a part of cheerleading for basketball season for 9th and 10th grade, and I plan to do the same thing for 11th and 12th grade. So, it just is a way to build new bonds, meet new people, learn different experiences, learn life skills. So you definitely do want to try to be a part of those school activities. The next thing is have fun but be safe. You can go to your school events, or you can go to be in school and have fun, but be safe with it. Be safe with it. You don't want to do something that you know that you are going to regret, or something that can affect you in the long run. You don't. So if it ever comes down to a point where you have a friend that's telling you do this, if you know it's not safe, don't do it. Especially at these school events, if your school has school dances or games, you want to be able to have fun there, but you don't want to have to do things that are not safe. So definitely make sure you have fun, but also make sure that you're being very safe and responsible. Next thing would be to get as much help as you can. Ask your teachers for help. Ask them questions, because it can help you in the long run. Don't be ashamed and afraid to ask for help. Personally, I am not the type of person that if I need help, I'm not going to ask the teacher for help. I have improved on this in my 9th grade year. In math, I struggle a little bit with math. In math, I did not ask for help as often in 9th grade. And then once I got to 10th grade, I kind of opened up a little bit more, and I definitely seen that my math grades have definitely improved. So definitely ask for help. The teachers are there to help you. They're not going to have a problem with the fact that they have to help you. They want to help you. They want you to ask them for help. So definitely ask, your teachers for help. Or you can ask, if you're not comfortable asking a teacher, you can ask, a friend that you have in the class for help. Just make sure that you are asking for help. Next thing is try to build bonds. That goes with my communication is key. You want to build bonds with your teachers for, so that, they can write your recommendation letters so that, class can go smoothly. You want to build bonds with other students, because, you want to have some people in your class that, are willing to help you and communicate with you. The next thing is you are who you hang out with. I know that you hear you are who you hang out with a lot, but it is very much true. If you hang out with a group of troublemakers, most likely people are going to think that you are a troublemaker. I'm not saying that you cannot hang out with troublemakers, but try to balance your friend group. You can hang out with some troublemakers and some scholars. So that way, teachers and other students won't look at you as, oh, that person is a troublemaker. They hang out with all the troublemakers. So that it could be a little bit good and a little bit bad. So the next thing is treat people how you want to be treated. This is another one that people hear a lot. If you don't want somebody disrespecting you or disrespecting your parent or your guardian or your family, don't disrespect them. Don't go to school disrespecting the teachers, because it does not give you any cool points. Disrespecting the teachers gives them how do you make that how do you think that makes the teacher feel or the teacher's family feel when they tell them that they had a student disrespect them the whole entire time that they were in school. So definitely, if you don't want a teacher to disrespect you, if you're gonna get mad when a teacher disrespects you, don't disrespect them, because you have to treat people how you want to be treated. If you want to treat other people disrespectful, don't get mad when they disrespect you. That's just simple. The next thing is take time for yourself. Don't stress yourself out. If you know that you have an essay due and homework due and all of this due, take little breaks in between. Don't try to stress yourself out by doing everything in a span of 2 hours. That's going to stress you out. Try to have time to do the different things. If you want to do homework first, do that homework first. Take you about an hour break, then write the essay, then take you an hour break, then study. Do stuff like that if you need to do that. Don't stress yourself out over school, because school is all it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. Just simple. So don't stress yourself out, because that will not get you to where you want to be, and school will not be fun, and school is meant to be fun. Next thing is focus on your work before anything else. Focus on your work before you focus on drama, relationships, friendships, sports, outside school activities. Focus on your work. You're in school to work. That's why you are going to school. You're not going to school to make friends. You're not going to school to do these sports, because in reality, you cannot be a part of these sports and these clubs if your grades are not good, if you're not focusing on your work. And your grades are not going to be good if you're not focusing on your work. So definitely, focus on your work before anything else. Make sure that work is done before you make sure that you learn that dance for cheerleading. I'm just using cheerleading because I'm a cheerleader. Make sure that work is done before you go on and hang out with your significant other. You just gotta balance it, and it's work and school and everything else. School should always be above everything else. Once your school stuff is done, then you can go do everything else, because like I said, you're at school to work, which is going to help you graduate, and you definitely do want to graduate. So the next thing is be yourself. Don't try to change yourself for anybody else. Don't try to be, I'm just gonna use a random name. Don't try to do this and that and the third because Sally wants all her friends to be like this. Okay? If they cannot accept you the way that you are, then they are not your friend. That's just that. Be yourself. Don't try to change yourself for anybody else. I am guilty of doing this. I did this in 5th and 6th grade. I know that's a long time ago because I'm going to the 11th grade, but definitely 5th and 6th grade, I did some stuff that was not like myself, and I once realized this is not who you are. Why are you acting this way? You know that you don't act like this anyway, and now I just feel like I'm the way that I am, and if you don't like me for it, then whose fault is that? That's not my fault. It's not my fault. That you have a problem with the way that I am. You don't have to be friends with me. I definitely gave up a lot of stuff that I was doing, cussing. I was never a person that cussed. But once I got into 6th grade, my mouth was very bad. And I thought about it. I'm you're not like that. One, you don't sound right doing it. Two, this is not who you are. You're doing this to fit in with this group of people. So you need to stop. And ever since then, I've not cussed. I have not, and I don't have a problem with that. If you don't accept me for the fact that I don't speak like that, then I'm sorry for you. If you don't accept me for the fact that I choose to not be in a relationship, then that's on you. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's on you. Don't try to make me somebody that I'm not. So I don't want you to think that just because you're in high school, you have to do this, that, and the third to fit in, because you really don't. fit in with who you need to fit in with. The next thing is take notes. In order to take notes, you do have to pay attention and stay alert. But definitely take notes. If you're sitting there, I'm going to use Sally again. I don't know who Sally is, but I'm going to use this again. If you are sitting in class and you know you're supposed to be taking notes and you're talking to Sally next to you, when the teacher is done talking, now you and Sally are confused and she's like, all right, that's the end of the notes. You don't have the notes, so therefore you don't know what you did in class. Therefore, you don't have a way to study. Therefore, you're getting a 0 because it's point blank, period. You're getting a 0 because instead of talking to Sally, you could have definitely been taking your notes. You could have definitely been paying attention and staying alert and getting this work done. But you wanted to talk to Sally. So now you and Sally are both getting 0s. But yeah. So next, turning your work on time. Don't turn your work in the day after it's due, or the day or a week after it's due, or a month after it's due. Like, no. Try to turn it on time. I know there's a lot of things where like you can't. You know, some teachers, when you turn your work in on time, when you don't turn it in on time, they take off points for like however many days you have, had it for. And some like that does mess up your grade. But if you do think that you are not going to be able to turn it on time, you do want to talk to your teacher, let your teacher know. Because it's better to turn your work in. I would say it's better to turn your work in full and not on time, like completely done and not on time, than to turn your work in on time and a quarter of it is done. Like, just talk to the teacher, let them know. I don't think I could turn this in on time, but definitely do try to turn it in on time because that can definitely help a lot. Next is, I'm not even gonna say this. I already said ask for help, ask questions. Your teachers, other students. Like, if you need help with something, ask for it. Like, just do that. The next is, I'm almost done, guys. Make it to class on time. So you do want to try to make it to class on time. My school, we have 4 minutes to get from one class to the other, to the next class. And honestly, I'm able to do it. But other people are not able to do it. But I do honestly get it because there are a lot of things that can go wrong. But do try to make it to class on time because a lot of teachers, when you don't make it to class on time, they make you go get a pass and you miss a lot of instruction. And a lot of teachers, they don't want to tell you, they feel like you missed some of their class, so they're not going to help you with whatever is going on. So just try to make it to class on time. It's more beneficial, it's not the end of the world. Also, with this, try to make it to class on time. Don't skip. Do not skip class. I did not write this on here, but do not skip class. Skipping class is not giving you any cool points. Do not skip class. You need class to graduate. If you're a sophomore or any grade, but especially a sophomore, trying to fit in and skip class, why did you come to school? Why did you come to school? Skipping class is not giving you cool points. So I'm not judging anybody that does, but try to not skip. Like what's the point of skipping class? But this kind of ties in with my next one. Try not to miss school. And this is because you don't want to skip or you don't want to miss school because now you are not able to do the work with the teacher and the rest of the class. A lot of times when teachers give you work, they help the class do it. If you are not in the class, then you cannot get that help. And when they give you the work the next day, now you have to do it by yourself most of the time. So, I know there are, some things like, you can be sick and you have to miss school. Like, those are, good excuses because, COVID is back. And you don't want to spread anything to anybody. You don't know what you have. You don't want to spread it to anybody. But definitely don't just be like, Mom, I don't feel like going to school, so I'm not going to school. Don't do that. I have said that I needed a break. Like, it's different if you need a break, like a day or two off from school as a break. But you have to be willing to realize, if I miss this day or if I miss this many days of school, when I go back, I will have work and I will have to turn that work in. So I mean, that's really just that. Next thing is, take your grades serious. Don't play or joke around with your grades. Do not, because it's not gonna help you. Take your grades serious. If you know that you have a essay due, do the essay and turn it in. Because then therefore you can get a good grade. Your grades are what help you get out of high school. If your grades are bad and you fail all your classes, most likely your GPA will not be high enough. And especially if you are if you fail off for marking periods, most likely you have to do summer school. And I know nobody really wants to do summer school. So just take your grades serious. Next thing is, keep things you don't want publicized private. If you want to tell your friends something that is very private and dear to your heart, make sure you're telling the right friend this. Because you may have that friend that whenever something goes wrong, they run to the next, or they think, oh, well, I can tell this person, they won't say anything. And now your business is floating around school. And now you're wondering, why is it that I told my friend, somebody that I trusted, something, and now the whole entire school knows? It's because you took something so dear to your hearts and told it to somebody that you weren't really sure that you can trust. And now the whole school knows your business. So definitely, if you don't want it to be publicized to the school, keep it to yourself. Keep it private. Next is, do not worry about being popular. In the next 10 years, nobody's going to care. Literally. In the next 10 years, when you see people you went to high school with, they're not going to be like, oh, Edie, I remember when you was popular in high school. They're not going to care. The real world does not care if you are popular in high school. They don't care. Nobody cares. Like, so don't try to focus all your time on being popular. It's just not worth it. And last but not least, I know y'all been waiting for this. Stay organized and keep track of your work. Definitely, I am a person that is very organized. I am. I'm very excited about that. But that's just really the person that I am. But, keep your stuff organized. I'm not saying that you have to do, color coded and, color code your notes and stuff. But definitely make sure that your stuff is organized. Because here's a case scenario that can truly happen. It has happened to me. I had this teacher, they graded my work, they gave me 100, but then they put a 0 in the grade book. And I seen the 0, and I went to the teacher and was like, you gave me a 0, but on the paper you gave me 100. So she asked for the paper, I showed her the paper, and I got my grade, the original grade of 100, because I was able to show her the proof. You can't go around telling your teacher, oh, you gave me a 0 when I actually have 100. She asked for the paper, or he asked for the paper and you don't have it, because then they're going to keep that 0, because they're going to think that you're just trying to get over on them. So definitely try to stay organized. It's going to definitely help you in your sophomore year, and your whole entire high school career is going to help you. Make sure that your book bag is organized. I have seen a couple people, I'm not judging, but I have seen a couple people that have had their book bags, and they just throw the papers in. You don't want to be one of them the people that do that, because it is just very hard to find your things. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, and share this video. Thank you for everybody that's supporting me and my YouTube. Thank you to everybody that is subscribed to my YouTube. And yeah, I have a lot more videos coming for you guys, because if you did not know, my birthday is in 4 days, September 14th. Very excited. I forgot to show y'all my nails. Let me show y'all these real quick. Y'all can't really see them too much, but yes, I have. I'm going to give you guys a little summary of the videos I have coming. I have to edit and publish my Friends at School Get Ready With Me. I'm going to release this video, this sophomore advice video, after editing it. I have a birthday Get Ready With Me video. I have a what's in my bag video, or what's in my emergency kit video. So just be on the lookout for those. Those all should be published by, I want to say, the second week of October. But yes, thank you again for watching. And I'm going to put this video and my other videos, like my freshman advice video and my other school videos, in like a little folder on my channel, so that you guys can have easy access to it. But thank you for watching. Like I said, stay happy, stay blessed, stay true to you. Bye.